We're live.
The time is March 1st, 2018. The scene is the top of a very tall apartment building. Two men stand on a balcony. As the picture draws closer, one of the men actually burst from the inside, showering the other with gore and blood and bone. The man wearing a bandana, small man, hands gnarled, uh, limping, walks to a ringing phone and answers it. As the picture pans out, you see that this building and this man are in Chicago in a rundown apartment building. You can't hear what the man's saying to the person on the phone, but we all know that it was the Revenant. And the Revenant hasn't been heard from in almost 2 years. Now we switch today. 3 people are sitting in chairs in a dark room, circular, no lights. Each of them have a hood on their heads. They don't know how they got here. The only thing they do know is their name. A voice comes over an intercom, squawks on, and it says, "You 3 have been chosen for rebirth. Only one of you will survive today. The other 2 will not. You have to make a decision before you leave this building on who that one person is going to be. You've been given something that has erased your short-term memory. The only thing you do know is your name." And as the intercom squawks off, a metal band around each one of them pops open, and they are free to move and remove their hoods. As you look around, you see that you are in a circular room. It's dirty, dingy. The walls, ceiling, and floor are made of metal. The only thing in this room are 3 doors, one in front of you, the others to the left and right, and your 3 chairs. You are free to move around and explore this room.
Quick question: Are we able to see? Well, I guess like lighting wise,
There
like
is
how much?
there is dim light. It's inside the walls, covered with a filthy, grimy glass, so you can sort of see. It's not great light, but you can see.
I jump up and run to the door to the right, like banging against it.
Okay, as you throw yourself to the door and start hitting it with your fist, you hear that it is a very solid door, and beyond it, you can vaguely hear an echo of your knocks.
I look over at the person that's beside me, which would not be Aisha, it would be Mike. I look over and how did we get here?
I don't know. What is here? What is this room? Who are you?
What's the last thing you remember?
Are the chairs bolted to the floor?
Yeah, through some unknown means, the chairs are actually made from the floor, almost as if they're like grown from the floor.
What is this room?
Grab a chair and attack, but
Hey, what did you see in the door? Can you get that door open?
and I'm just panicking. I'm like, "Who are y'all? What's going on?" And then I'm running to the next door, banging on it.
I'm LC. What's your name?
Aaron, but what does that matter right now? Where are we?
It doesn't matter where we are. I'm Loomis. We're all here together, and something's going on. We need to work together, at least for now, to figure out why we're here, what room we're in, and how to get out.
Do you all recognize the voice on the intercom? Was that an intercom? Or was that a recorded voice? I'm asking them.
Was it like
Oh,
was it like a distorted voice though? or could we recognize the voice?
It was just like a cheap audio system. I mean, it wasn't crystal 4K clear, but you can tell it was a male, maybe, unless there's some sort of voice
box.
masking technology being involved here.
I don't know that voice. I don't know who you are. All I know is my name. This is too much.
Well, how about we check the doors? So you've checked the right door. I'm gonna go check
and
the
I'm
left
banging
door.
on- I'm banging on the next one, the one in front of us.
Okay, so all of you are standing up.
Hmm.
As you do stand up, you notice that you're wearing the same kind of outfit. It's a one piece, almost like a surfer's outfit, the body glove outfits. They're gray, and Aaron, yours has a, the snake and the scepter for, I can't remember what it's called. You know what I'm talking about? For like the medical.
Yeah.
Yours has that crudely stitched into the front, right on the shoulder. Loomis, yours has a sword with a set of scales on it. And LC, yours has it's just a chevron, looks like that.
The medical, Chris's, I'm sorry.
It's like a chevron, looks like that.
Oh, like a military.
Yeah.
And Loomis's is what symbol?
His is a sword with scales on it.
And I'm sorry, Chris, who's your character?
LC.
Okay. And these are like surfer suits?
They remind you of that.
Okay. I'm like pulling on it and I'm looking at you guys. I'm like, what does this mean?
Well, ours are different. I don't remember putting this on.
And I'm still shaking. I'm going bang on the door again. Do I hear anything like the first door that I banged on?
It's the same, but I did fail to mention that each of you have a collar. It's not like a dog collar, but it's a big metal collar. It's not going to impede you in any way, but it's got like little blinking lights and little wires on it, stuff like that.
Hey, LC, come over here.
Sure.
Turn around, and I
Yeah,
start
like
to
that.
look at the collar, his collar, and see if there's any way of getting it off, or seeing if there's anything loose to pry it off.
You see where it is connected, but where it is connected, there are at least a dozen wires from one side to the other. So it's connected in the middle, and these wires cross over that.
What do you see on the back? Can you get that off?
There's a lot of wires, and if I take care of one, I don't know what's going to happen to you. I could rip them all out, or I could leave them.
What do you mean? What's going to happen?
Well, we're not in a good place. I mean,
Well, it's not like it could be a bomb.
Well, he said that there's one person, whoever that person was, just said that there would be one person that leaves.
So it could be a bomb.
This can't be real. This can't be real.
Look, just let's settle down. Let's look at our. Do you guys know what your insignias mean? And I look at my insignia and I try to remember, trying to see if I can recall anything.
And
Mine looks like a medical symbol. I don't know. I don't know any medicine, I don't think.
I have sword in scales. I don't even remember what I did before this. What do you have, Elsie?
I have like this little pattern of like this kind of like a V.
None of this makes sense. We got to find a way out of here.
Okay.
And I'm
And the
still
intercom squawks on again, and you hear the voice that you heard when you had your hoods on. And it says, you have 5 minutes to leave this room, and I'll give you a choice. My master, my teacher, has instructed me, and it'll be up to you who lives and who dies right now. This could either end badly for all of you or end well for one. And you see where your chairs were, the arm has opened up, and there's a red button and a blue button. And the voice says, if you all want to live, you will choose blue. If one of you chooses red, the other two will die
Okay.
and will be released.
I look over at both of them to kind of see if they're what their demeanor is, to see if I can see if they're if I can tell if they're going to what they're contemplating.
Erin almost has like tears welling up in her eyes, and she's just like panicked and starts screaming like what do you mean? Why do we have to choose? Why?
Loomis is really concerned, and Aaron, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. We're all here, and we have a choice. We should probably talk about this. Let's talk this out and not make any rash decisions. This is going to end badly for all of us or one of us. So let's try and talk this out.
Okay. Well, there's also too, we might be able to get out of this together. Like, I don't know
Okay.
what this guy has, but we're better off together than we are separate.
That's my mindset as well. Aaron, are you in on
We
this?
got 5 minutes, right?
You have 2 minutes.
We better work together.
Okay.
So
Now, what you're going to do here, when you do decide, you're going to roll one blue die or one red die. Remember, if you roll all blue, all of you roll blue, it's good for everybody. If one of you rolls red, the other two will die.
Okay. Guys, we need to work together. I think we need to do blue, okay?
I'm in on blue. But
All right, look, I'm going to hit the blue button, okay? So we need to do this all at the same time, okay?
Okay.
Y'all ready?
yeah. 1, 2, 3.
What happened?
You're all still here. And I bang on the intercom, okay?
I'm not seeing a roll.
Okay.
So
well,
I'm going to say everybody roll blue.
I'm blue.
Yeah.
Aisha's blue. I can't tell on mic.
I am blue. Sorry.
yours shows the old dice, but
yep.
I assumed you hit
You get
blue.
it.
Okay.
So we
All
got
right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be bad if I hit red?
Yay.
All right, all of you roll blue. And if you thought your colors were going to come off because of that, you're mistaken. The middle door slides open. It slides up into the ceiling. You can hear rusty gears and chains lift this door. And you hear the lights, almost like in a spooky show. They flicker on, and you can hear them. And you can see down a hall, which is the walls are just slippery with grime and guck. A room about 20 feet down this hall.
We better go.
All right. If y'all here, I'll go first if that's okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. So I start walking slowly towards the door and just kind of looking around my surroundings, looking up to the door, then kind of look around the door, and slowly start moving forward, looking around to see if there's any types of booby traps or anything like that, any anything that's out of the ordinary of. Do I see
And how far are
anything?
you in front of everybody else? Did y'all let him go down the hall by himself? Are you still in the first room?
We let him step in first.
Yeah.
So we're just kind of hovering near the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of peering over the side.
Okay. As LC makes his way down the hall, the floor, which is like a big metal grate, as soon as he steps over it, it swings up and snaps into place with the ceiling. You can see through this. It's like a metal grate, but it's locked into the ceiling.
It's like a piston thing.
It flips up. Like he's walking on it, he walks past it, and then it flips up like this.
Okay.
So like I said, you can see through it, and he can see through it, and there is even enough room where you can stick your fingers through, but you're not getting through. LC, when you're walking down this hallway, you hear a little hiss, and a little puff of steam comes out of the wall, and a little panel slides up. You can't see in the hole, but a little LED above this hole says key.
And I turn back around. I turn back around to look at the other two, and let's see. I'm kind of scared a little bit, and I kind of don't know what to do. And I look at him. I'm like, guys, like, what just happened? Like, are you guys okay? Like, I don't know. Why am I split up from you guys? I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing right now.
Oh, is he on the opposite side of the grate now?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's not good.
I yell over, I don't know, but
I don't like being split up. Hold
grab
on,
him
hold on. There's something right here, and then I go and I inspect the panel a little bit closer. And what do I see?
You see, it's a hole just about as big as you can fit your arm through it, and on the outside is a rubber seal. You can't see in the hole, but like I said, it's big enough for you to stick your arm in.
Okay, and then so I look at that, and then I slowly look up down the hall further to the door, or the room. You said there's a room or a door at the end of the hall.
There's a room.
Okay, so I kind of
right now, if you can imagine the first room a circle, there's a hallway, and this room a circle. So it looks like, if you were to look at it from the top, it looks like dumbbells. So 2 circle rooms connected by a hallway, about 20 feet.
Okay, and there's 3 doors, and this is the middle one that's going down. There's another one. Can I see too much in there?
It's got about the same amount of light as the first room.
Hey guys, there's a hole in the wall.
What's in it?
stick your arm in.
No. That might there may be a trap or something in there that's going to lock me in. I'm not sure. Let me go look at this room and I'll be right back, okay? And then I turn and I kind of go to the end of the hallway, and I kind of peek my head in to look at the room to see what's in the room.
Okay. This room is probably, well, it matches pretty well with the first one. And I don't know if I gave you the dimensions of that, but it's probably 30 feet in circumference. So if you were to stand in the middle, what would that be? 30 feet from the grating, or 35 feet.
Okay.
In the room, you can see a table with it looks like an old Commodore 64 keyboard and a small black and white TV connected to it.
Hey, there's a table, and I think it looks like a computer or something. Some old junky computer. Let me go. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to check this out, okay?
Wait. Let's see if we can push this grate down first. You don't know what you're going into.
Well, can you look from your side? I'll come from this side. So I'll go back to the
Okay.
grate and I kind of look at the ceiling.
Is there anything noticeable on Loomis and our side that we can do anything?
Uh,
How big are these grates too?
it's just like one you would walk on, like on a factory.
Okay.
And I start moving backwards slowly. And then I just start running and go full into it as hard as I can.
So you're going full hard?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gasping at my chest because I'm
All
having
right. So
trouble
this
breathing.
this will be our first roll of the day. What is your? Well, I've got it here. Let me.
Whatever it is, it ain't good.
How do you go to it though? Like, are you like drop kicking it? Are you like shouldering it?
Originally, I wanted to drop kick it, but I'm not sure if there's enough room to do that. If there is, that's definitely plan A.
So it'd be
as hard as I
different,
can.
like drop kick or shoulder.
Definitely drop kick. No question.
Okay. So you're going to drop kick this grate.
Yep.
So we're gonna go. Looks like it's going to be a dexterity roll. So what's your dexterity?
2.
2. And if you're going to run, you will add another negative die for your trouble breathing.
Awesome. Okay.
But you are going full out, so add another positive and negative die for that.
All right. So we're at 5 negative and 3 positive. Does that sound right?
That does sound right.
All right. Let's do this.
So your ones are going to cancel.
Yep.
Are you
So
at
you
a
got a
2 or a 3?
And your fours are going to cancel. So you got 3 successes. So you do somewhat succeed. You go full force at it, and it rattles. And when it does, where it's connected to where it's up against the wall, it catches on a piece of loose tin and it tears it off. And you can see on the other side of it, and it's just a single keyhole on your side.
Oh.
And I get up and panting and I go, well, it did something. We have a keyhole over here.
Does it look like? Could I kick it from my side? What do you see?
We see a keyhole on the wall.
Oh, in the wall, not in the grate.
No, it's in the wall.
Okay. So there's got to be a key somewhere, right?
Yeah, and don't you have something over there labeled key? I mean, I don't like this any more than any of us, but maybe you need to stick your arm in there.
Does it say danger above it?
No, it just says key.
Well,
Oh,
I can't.
Is there anything around you that you could stick in there instead of your arm?
Yeah.
There's a computer, but that's not going to work very well. Did you feel anything give when you kicked that?
Yeah, so something, it budged slightly, very slightly, enough that we could see the keyhole, but it's tough. It's tougher than I am.
Do you think there's any risk of that next room closing behind you if you go check out that computer that you saw? Because if it does, then we're all stuck.
Well, let me go. All right. I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna try to get the key. Okay. And then so I go up to the hole in the wall. I don't feel like there's really any other way that I can get around this necessarily. This is kind of my best option. So
Wait, Elsie.
Yeah.
What's your dominant hand?
It's a right.
Use your left.
Why?
Just in case. Just in case.
Okay. So I get up to the hole in the wall, and then I just kind of put my hand around. and I just kind of feel the inside of it. What's the texture? Is there any, like, is it wet, damp? Is it dry?
No, you can't feel the sides of whatever's inside. The only thing you're doing is sticking your fingers in and feeling on that rubber seal.
Okay. So as far as
And the
I
seal,
know,
it just has like a small hole. So when you stick your hand in there, it's gonna, you won't be able to see anything in there. I mean, it's gonna be fit to your arm.
okay. I'm sorry, guys. I can't. Here, let me go check the computer real quick. So, I run to the computer into the room, and go to the table, and then I look at the computer. Is it on?
Yeah, the cursor's flashing on the little screen, little black and white screen.
Aaron, do you think it would be a good idea to drop kick it again?
We could try. I was also noticing where you hit it, it tore away some tin on the wall. I don't know if maybe he could rip some off from his side or.
That's where the keyhole was. It was on the other side of that little piece of tin.
Okay.
So when he hit it, the wall tore that piece of tin, and you found that keyhole.
Let's do it. We have nothing to lose.
First, before I do anything perilous again, I'd like to see if I can scrape anything walls around that area. So maybe there's more keyhole. You know, I start banging and listening and trying to tear off parts of the wall.
And I'm following Loomis's actions. I'm doing the same, trying to see if there's anything on our side that we're missing.
And as that's happening, I'm looking at the keyboard, and my head's still kind of fuzzy from trying to figure out what's going on. Do I have any innate sense of what's in front of me? Like, do I know anything more about what this is? Like, does it look familiar to me?
The computer?
Yeah, just anything about the computer.
No. It's just like the old Commodore 64 keyboard, and it's hooked to a little black and white screen.
But there's nothing that I can recall, like, that to type in. Like, it doesn't seem familiar, like I would know what to type in.
While
my background.
Yeah, while you're thinking that, it says on the screen someone typing.
Oh, okay.
And after a few seconds, some words come up, and it says, "A man dies of old age on his 25th birthday. How is that possible?"
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
I think I have a riddle. So what do you guys think about this? And then, let's see, it was a man is 25, or a man dies on his birthday on, what, sorry, say that again.
A man dies of old age on his 25th birthday. How is that possible?
All right, guys. I've got a riddle. I think I know what it is, possibly, but I want to run it by you guys first. I think I need to type in an answer. A man dies of old age on his 25th birthday. How is that possible? So, that kind of, if he's 25, I know that I think I remember in grade school or something. I don't know. I've got this faint recollection, like, that I remember a teacher that she was only like 12 or 13 when she said that she only had 13 birthdays, but she had gone to school and everything, but she was kind of older. And then I remember her telling me that her birthday was on leap year, and she only gets so many actual birthdays. Do you think that kind of sounds right?
So leap year?
I think leap year is a good guess.
Okay. So I kind of hesitate a little. then I start to type. I type in leap year, and then hit enter or carriage return or whatever's the keyboard equivalent
Okay.
to transmit.
We'll back up. When you read this over by the single door in this room, a key panel lights up, something you didn't see before. A red light lights up a keypad.
Keypad on like the left side.
Yeah, on the not on the grate, but on the door in this room. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0.
So in like actually in the hallway area, like right before
No,
the door.
in the room itself.
Oh, in the room.
You walk into this room, and there's only one door in this room, and on the other opposite side of it is the hallway.
So opposite where he came in is this new door with the keypad.
Yeah, if you were to keep going through the hallway and just walk straight, there's a door, a single door. And once the riddle came up on the screen, it lit up red. Like I said, it's just a numerical keypad.
Is that something that you guys could see? As I was just kind of, I'm probably fixated on the computer and kind of nervous and kind of missing some of this stuff.
And from our vantage point, we could probably see that door light up red, right?
Yeah, you can't see LC since he's walked into the room and walked to the left, but you can see straight to the door.
So I yelled out, "LC, whatever you did, you lit something up in here."
And I've not hit enter, right? I haven't typed in anything.
No, there's no option to enter anything on the computer.
Oh, okay. So it's just a screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
The keyboard's there for aesthetic purposes, but
so I'd start typing on the keyboard, and then nothing happens. I'm like, guys, I think this keyboard's broke. You said that there's something. You saw something?
Yeah, there's a light out here near the door. I don't know what it is. Did you touch something?
No, that's probably around the same time that the question popped up. So I go back. I head back. Well, I kind of turn around and I make sure that I look at the room clearly this time before I go back into the hallway or to wherever the door is with the keypad.
okay. Yeah, that was the only thing in this room.
Okay, so I go over to the keypad and the door, and I look at the keypad, and then anyway, I just kind of tell the others about the keypad and what all is going on and what I see.
How do we get a code for leap year?
Well, it should be a birthday, right?
Could be a million birthdays.
Well, it's going to be one, and then there's going to, 25. It was his 25th birthday, though. So, when was the last leap year? And then go back 25 times that.
I don't know when the last leap year
All right.
was.
Is there all right? So can I roll? So I've got mental. So is there any way that I can use like a logic roll plus problem solving? I've got a feature for problem solver. Can I use that to think of the answer?
Yeah, so roll your 4 positive, and we'll do 2 negatives.
All right. So I've got 3, 2, 5, 1. 5s cancel. 2s cancel, and I have a 1 and a 3. So I have a 2 success.
Okay, you do. As you're thinking, 3 zeros pop up on the little keypad. It's the keypad and now up above it are 3 digital zeros. So you know whatever the answer is 3 numbers.
Okay, guys. I think I just have three digits to 3 numbers that I can enter.
And I will also give you do know the last 2, which are 2 and 9.
2 and 9. Okay, guys. I'm pretty sure that the last 2 numbers is 29.
Since you already figured out the leap year thing.
Yeah. What? It's weird that there's only 3 numbers. And it should be. Is the first one? Do you guys think that the first one's the month?
I would assume.
Because the
so.
29th. The 29th is like the days, right? That's leap year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or this. All right. So let's see. And then my head's kind of fuzzy, so I kind of asked them, "Hey guys, do you think it's going to be the month?"
Might as well try. Nothing to lose.
Yeah. What month? I don't remember much. But there's certain months that, that affects.
I think I'm pretty sure that I remember. Gosh, it's so hard. My head's pounding. I think it's February.
That's what I thought too.
All right. So I enter in 229 for the 3 digits.
Okay. When you do that, the keypad lights up green, and the door that the keypad is by, it opens up. You can see about 10 feet in, and then it turns to the right.
Does it open up normal like the other door did?
Yeah,
Just kinda
yeah,
slow
it
and
goes up
creaky?
into the ceiling. Yeah.
Okay. And then what did you say about that room?
A hallway about 10 feet, and it turns to the right.
Okay, so I'm looking at, I've got a barbell, basically, and then I'm in the room, and the door is straight ahead. Like if I walk into the room from the previous hallway where the grate is, where is the door in relation to that again?
Straight across the room.
Oh, okay. And then the table is to the left corner.
Yeah, it's on the left side of the room.
Okay, and then that opens up, and then you said there's a hallway that goes to the right.
Yeah, it goes down 10 feet and then goes to the right.
Oh, okay. And then I don't see anything any further than that.
No.
Okay. Hey guys. I can keep going down this way, but I've got that hole back there that says key. I don't know, guys. I don't want to put my hand in there.
Elsie, you got to do it. All right. They said one person's getting out, and at this point, it looks like it's you. We need your help.
Well,
I'm asking for your help.
Okay, I'll be right back. And then I start to walk down the hallway.
Okay. As you walk down the hallway, you hear a little beep in your left ear. And the farther you get, the faster the beep gets.
So I stop. Does anything change?
It's still beeping as fast as it was when you were walking.
And then I turn back around and I kind of walk towards the other back. I kind of backtrack to see if the beeping decreases.
It does, and eventually it stops when you get back into the room.
Okay. All right, guys.
You're back so soon.
No, I heard something beeping in my ear.
The other two, you didn't hear it, but the other two, they also started hearing the beeping as you got farther away. I mean, it's a real soft beep. I mean, you wouldn't be able to hear their beeps, and they can't hear yours, but all three of you heard this beeping.
So I turn around and I run as fast as I can until the beeping gets louder and louder. No. So I go, so I head back, and I kind of know what's going to go on, and I'm like, okay, I think we're supposed to stay with each other. Okay, so let me go get. I'm going to try and get the key. So I go back to the hole, and then I'm kind of doing this pretty quick, so I don't have too long from where I was before and where that area was. So I go ahead and I stick my left hand in.
Okay.
And I feel
You stick
around, try to figure out what's going on.
As you stick your hand in, you do feel something all over your arm. It's not painful or anything, but your arm is clear into this hole, clear up to your shoulder. And right at your fingertips, you can feel what feels like a key, kind of like this one.
Okay. Does it feel like my hand is in some kind of body crevice?
Ugh.
Body cavity?
No.
Okay.
It's nothing slimy and nasty like that, no. But you do feel something is giving as you're putting your arm in here. Something is giving as you're putting your arm in.
So is that something that?
It's not like a membrane or anything. It's all around your arm, and it goes, like I said, goes clear up to your shoulder.
Okay, but so I start to feel around a little, and does it feel pretty firm? Like if I were to, well, never mind. So I continue, and I try to look. I tried to feel for a key, any types, something that would let me know that like where a key would be.
Okay, you do feel the key.
Okay.
There is a key that you can, and it's just laying on a little ledge, but you can firmly grasp it.
And it's by itself. It doesn't have a chain or anything around it.
No.
Okay. No. So I grab it. So I kind of clasp around it, and then I just kind of pull it like this, and then I start to pull it back.
Okay. As you start pulling your arm back, you feel piercing all over your arm, from clear to your shoulder to your wrist. And the thing that you can imagine in your head is of like the sea fishing hooks. So they were like this. You pushed your hand in, and then when you pull it out, those hooks are, and like I said, it's from your shoulder to your wrist.
Okay.
And like I see him in pain. I'm like, what's happening?
I can't move my arm back out. I got my hand in, and it feels like when I'm pulling it back out, it feels like there's, like I got past like some hooks or something, some needles, and now I'm pulling them back through, and now they're digging into my skin. And then I keep my arm there, and I get kind of nervous, and I ask them to help.
How are we gonna help?
Try the door. And I just kind of start saying stuff, just kind of panicking.
Do you want to, Loomis, do you want to try to knock down the gate again? Well, if we knock down the gate, is it going to hit him?
No, he's clear up by the room.
Okay. Do you want to go for the gate again?
Let's do it.
Okay.
I'm wind on up. I'm going to shoulder it this time. Because my feet are sore.
What do I need to roll?
What are you doing?
I'm going to shoulder it along with him.
Oh, you're going to help? Okay, so you won't roll anything, but Mike will get an extra positive die for your help.
Okay.
All right. So 4 positive, 3 negative. Is that?
And I'm gonna go. No, you should get 5 positive and 3 negative with her help. But I'm going to add another die because LC, he's kind of letting you know he's in quite a bit of pain. So it's kind of nerve-wracking.
So another positive.
So
another
5
negative.
and 4. 5 and 4.
Awesome. There we go. All right.
Oof.
Yep.
Okay, so you failed.
It's not good.
Okay, you go up against it, and when you do, you fall back, and land on your shoulder. You hear a pop, and you get kind of a stinger. So you're going to take a, let me see what you are going to take.
Should be a stress.
Stress.
Yeah, you're going to take a stress.
Okay.
So just put a little mark in your first level, 1 stress.
Do I do the same?
No, you were just helping.
Okay.
If you were the one doing the action, you would have. So right now your arm, you can't really move it all that well, but you know it's not broke.
Okay. And I just scream in pain. Well, and that didn't work, but thanks for the help.
So I try to move my arm back a little bit more to kind of see if, like, how meaty it's going to be to pull it back. Like how it's, like, if it's going to just keep digging in.
You have it on pretty good authority that if you pull it out, you're gonna take some damage.
And while I'm helping Loomis up, I'm yelling at Elsie. I'm like, Elsie, what does it feel like? Like, is it all around your arm? Is it just one hook?
It's down my entire arm. Like, I can't, like, I've got the key in my hands, okay, but it's the rest of my full arm all the way up to my shoulder.
Maybe it's like a Chinese finger trap. Maybe you have to relax into it and pull your arm out.
Okay, so I turn my wrist over, and I kind of like, I make sure that I set the key back down if I can set it down.
Yeah, you can.
And then I kind of relax my arm and I kind of push it forward, and I kind of pull it back a little bit, and to test it.
Okay, when you push your arm forward, like I said, it's not very far since it was to the shoulder. You feel the hooks pop out of your skin, but when you move it back, they just dig right back in.
So regardless if I have the key or not.
And right above, you notice where the little LED says key. Now you have a countdown timer, and it's counting down from 1 minute.
All right. Do I notice that, or does
Yeah, you're looking right at it.
Okay. Shoot. Oh! So I start kind of pumping myself up a little bit, and then I'm trying to recollect. I'm trying to think as quickly as I can to see if there's a way to that I can think of to get out of this. Is there anything that I could roll? Or is it just kind of, is it pretty plain?
Let me get your...
And I'm kind of panicking, and I'm leaning against the grate. I'm like, Elsie, like, you might just have to rip it out. I don't know what that timer means.
Oh, Elsie, I wish I could trade with you. My arm is jacked at the moment.
And the timer gets down to 30, and the 2 people on the other side of the grate, they hear a hissing coming from the floor, and a faint whiff of gas, natural gas, starts filling the room.
It's natural. It's good for you.
You're not breathing this in. Rip your arm out.
It's organic.
Time to go.
All right. So I see them panicking, and I start pumping myself up again. And then I grab the key, and I rip it out as I don't know. I just kind of brace it, and I just rip it as hard as I can out.
Okay. As you do that, like I said, you do feel these hooks. They're ripping and tearing at your skin and muscles. Some even feel like they've hit the bone. But you do get your arm out. As you look at your bloody arm, you can see it's laid open pretty good. Some places you can see to the bone. And when you see that, a memory flashes, the time stops. And a memory flashes, and you see a desert and a wounded soldier laying on the ground. His arms have been blown off by an IED. And the only thing that you can guess is you're looking at this guy, and you start wrapping up the stumps of his arms, and then the memory goes away. But when the memory goes away, you look down, you do have the key.
Oh.
And you go ahead and take a stress.
How many? Just one?
Just one.
Okay. So I get the key, and then I pry it open with my other hand, and then I grab it, and I go and I hand it through the grate.
Is that where we unlock it from our side?
Yeah.
Okay.
You
I grab
think?
it, get up there and unlock it.
Try it.
Okay.
Try it.
Does it unlock?
Okay. As the key turns, the grate falls, and the door behind you quickly slides back down. A couple seconds later, you hear a muffled explosion from the room you were just in.
We
Does
need
it
to go.
rock us?
So
What's that?
I asked if it rocked us, the explosion, or if
No. You could barely feel it. Like I said, that room was solid metal.
Is there still gas?
No,
Okay.
the gas was coming from that room.
Okay.
But if
I'm
it would have been a couple seconds later, it would have blown up, and
I'm holding my
it would have been
arm. Are you guys
a
okay?
bad thing.
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay.
I
That's great.
tried. Loomis, rip off my arm and I'll rip off your arm. Let's bandage him up.
Sounds good.
Not the arm, the sleeve.
Oh, I was gonna rip off your arm.
No.
Hold on, guys. And then I look down to see if since mine would probably be in a more of a rip state, just kind of look to see if I could bandage it myself with what I have.
I'm sure it'd be jacked up all.
Yeah.
Was it multiple hooks that got him?
Yeah. It was multiple hooks in a circle. When he put his arm through, he could push through this way, but when he pulled back out, it caught him.
Just all around.
Just
it
shredded.
pulled.
Yeah, I mean from his shoulder clear to his wrist. His hand's not so bad since he had it in a fist and he had the key in it.
How bad is it bleeding? I look down at it and I look at the bleeding. Like, is it like artery type?
No, for some miraculous reason, none of these hooks tore an artery, but you are bleeding pretty good.
Okay. And then
Nothing that you're going to bleed out for, but you are losing blood.
I let them dress it if they need to, if they want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll rip off our sleeves and bandage it as best we can.
That sounds sterile.
That's all
The
we got.
walls are made of slime here, so
Oh, can we identify the goop on his hand to see if that's something dangerous? Or was it just like some Vaseline that he stuck his arm in?
No, there was nothing slimy or anything
I
about
think
it.
it was
just
like kind of a thing that conformed to it. Like if you put your hand into like a blood pressure machine, like that would kind of
where they do experiments and they put
like
the
a
lime-
finger
Yeah.
trap, like a Chinese finger
yeah,
trap.
yeah.
I guess when Chris mentioned body cavities, my mind went to ballistic.
Yeah, I'm still on that too.
The best thing happened. All right,
So we
so
dress it, right?
yeah, so we're dressing it. We're trying to temporarily just kind of alleviate that.
Did the gate go down?
Yes.
Okay, like 10 minutes ago. I'm just making sure. Cool.
Right. So, and
Right.
I'm in a panic state. I'm just saying, like, let's run. Let's go to the next room.
I'm with you. Nothing good happened in this room. Maybe we'll have better luck further up.
And I help LC up because I imagine he's kind of out of it right now.
I take my good arm and put it around him, trying to support.
And there's nothing in the computer room, right? That one's done for.
Yeah, that one's done. You don't, and he can tell, LC can tell you of the memory pad if he chooses to. We're going to met it and act like you didn't know what I said.
Mhm.
Okay, so he tells us about the leap year pad.
No, about the memory he had.
Oh, the memory. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he wants to share. If not, we're dragging him along down to
I was
the
like,
hallway.
thanks, guys.
You're welcome. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, that was brave.
So I just kind of go along with them.
Okay, so you're going down the hallway now?
Yeah, I think we're all kind of together, so we're going towards the. Hey guys, if we keep going further, there's this. Let's try down this hallway again. So, anyway, I kind of
You went there earlier. What happened?
suggest. I heard a
You remember?
beeping. I heard a beeping, and I figured that that's probably not good to keep going. It kept getting quicker and quicker and quicker. And then as I went back, it started to slow down. So I figured that
Well,
even if one of us is going to get out of this, we still all have to stay together. So
Right.
Not a choice anymore.
let's just keep going.
Let's go.
So all three of you are sticking together and going down the hallway to the right?
Correct.
Okay. As you step in the hallway and you round the bend, the door behind you, the room you just came to, closes. But this one doesn't blow up. But it doesn't look like there's any way back into that room. As you go around the bend, you see a surprisingly clean white metal door. It has a window in it, but you can't see through it. It's more of a mirror. There's no doorknob. It's just one of those handles like in a school.
Can one of you guys knock on that door?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to open it or.
We'll wait. There he is. You walk up to it, and it's just a regular door. Like I said, it looks like one of those ones in school, except the window on it is like a mirror. You're just looking at a reflection of yourself. No lock or anything, just a regular door.
And the rest of this room is just opulent white, nothing there.
You don't know. You haven't opened the door yet.
Well, I meant the space that we were
Yeah,
in.
the door is, like I said, the hallway is grimy, greasy and everything, but this door it looks brand new. It's very sterile looking.
Bob, if you can drop off and rejoin the video session.
That's not good.
All right, you're good.
Okay. Was my video out again?
Yeah, it was just me. I'm not sure
Okay.
why it wasn't reconnected to you. So I start thinking about what needs to happen next. I'm out of ideas, guys. I don't know. What do you think we should do?
I'm happy to drop kick it again. But there has to be another way.
Have we? So we've checked the door handle. You said.
Yeah, and I'm just I'm kicking and pounding at the door. I'm just so angry and like almost in a panic state. I'm like, we're never getting out of here. There's nothing to be done. I don't what. And then she just like breaks down and just starts kicking the door.
So I kind of I'm on my own now. I kind of turn back around and I walk back towards the other door to see if there's going back to the hallway, and then kind of turn left to see if I can. I'm looking up and down the whole time to kind of see if there's something that we might be missing.
No, there's nothing. Has anybody tried just pushing the handle?
Yeah, I did.
Did you? Okay, well the door opens.
I thought that's
I
what
thought
we
you were
did.
just pounding on it like a crazy person.
Should have
I
dropped
just
it.
panicked.
Good.
It
Okay.
was kind of stuck, and I was just panicking, and it finally did.
So reverse. I see her
So
open it, and then
we'll say when you were kicking it and stuff, you kick the handle and it flies open.
Okay.
Nice kick.
And in this room is the floor, ceiling, and walls are all mirrors. So you've got an infinity type thing going on.
is it kind of like an octagonal type room?
No, this one's square.
Square. Okay, and it has mirrors everywhere.
Uh-huh.
And the door is just a swing, like a hinge door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then mirrors all in there. So I kind of I start to walk towards the room, and then kind of look around before I walk into the room.
Okay, as you walk in, where the hallway turned to the right, some bars shoot out from the wall, so you can't go there. Some more bars shoot out, so you've got bars here and bars here where the L is.
Mm.
So it's probably 5 feet from the bars to the door. So you're just like in a little 5 feet space.
So we're just.
LC, you walk in, and when you turn around, you notice that on the other side of the door that you just opened, it's also a mirror.
Mm.
So if you will roll for me a logic.
Am I problem solving anything?
Yeah.
Okay. So I should have 4, and then how many negative do I do?
We'll do 2.
Okay, so 2s. Let's see. So I do so. My success negates, and I have a negative, and then I don't pass. I've got 4 and above for the other 3, so I don't pass.
So you notice not what I wanted you to notice, but you do notice that you can see through the door, the window. What's that, like the two-way mirror?
Mm-hmm.
You can see out, but they can't see in. So you do notice that.
And I'm not sectioned off from them, am I? Or is that
No,
all? Okay.
No. This room's probably 25 by 25, so you're probably 10 feet in.
Hey guys, can y'all come? My head is pounding and I'm starting to feel nauseous. Can you guys come in here just a second?
Yeah.
Sure.
So there's another door in the room exactly like the one that we came through, but it has a double mirror in it.
No.
The door that we came through that was shut had the mirror thing there, and then you go from the other side, and then now I can see that it's a two-way, or it's a whatever you call it.
Mm.
So this whole room could be a two-way mirror?
It could be.
What does the ceiling and floor look like?
It's mirror.
There's nothing else in the room. Just mirrors.
No.
Breakdowns.
Just mirrors.
Yeah, good idea. And I just jump and see if I could just crack the mirror.
You jump?
Yeah, I jump.
Okay, we're just going right for it.
Always.
You only die once?
Yeah.
Yodo?
Okay, so let's have you. That'll be a dexterity. What's your dexterity?
I believe it's 2.
2? We'll wait for him to get back.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, guys.
Oh,
And then you all die.
yeah.
All right.
So do 2 and 1 because you're jumping it's kind of messing with your shoulder as you
Okay.
land.
Okay. So fail.
So fail.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When you jump, your foot does go through the mirror and makes contact. So I need to reconnect.
Yeah.
Oh, the anticipation is killing me.
Sorry, guys.
Literally.
Okay, your foot goes through, and the shoes, like I said, your outfits that you're wearing are all one piece. So that goes clear down into your shoes, which they're made like the aqua socks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're not going to protect you from anything other than walking across it. But you feel something pierce the bottom, and it goes into your heel. It feels like maybe a nail or something like that. You can tell that there's other things below you, but one does go into your. So we're going to have you take a stress for that.
Okay.
And when your foot goes through, it only goes down about 4 inches.
All right.
And you can hear when he does that, you can hear there's like cracks, like kind of like when you break ice on a lake. You can hear those cracks, and you can see them spider web out through the floor.
Oh. So
That wasn't a good idea. I'm sorry. I'm going to take this out of my foot now. I just lie down and start trying
try
to.
to stand on where the panels meet. There has to be like some sort of structure there for the mirrors to rest on. Try to balance on those so we don't go through the glass.
And you would think that, but you would be wrong. These are the wall is solid. There's no frame. The floor is solid. The ceiling is solid. It's like one huge 25 by 25 foot mirror.
Okay, so we're all just standing still.
So
Yeah.
it's spidered out, and it's real fragile at this point.
Yeah.
Guys, I think we need. Mike, can you spread out real quick? And I get down, and I kind of spread out and distribute my weight flat across the floor, and I kind of make my way over to Mike to see if determine what's going on with his foot.
Okay. When you do this, when you have Mike lay down, or Loomis, when you have Loomis lay down, a memory flashes in his mind. It's a winter day, beautiful winter day, out on a lake. People are ice skating. You look down and you're holding the hand of a small 7-year-old girl, and she looks up at you and smiles as you help her skate on this lake. And just the sound reminded you of that when the cracks started going, and then you were told to lay down and spread out. And then the memory's over.
Do I notice any type of pause or anything from him, like, or do I notice him kind of blank out at all?
That would be up to him.
For sure. I essentially do blank out for a second.
Loomis.
And I go,
Loomis.
I don't know.
Stay with me, buddy. Is your foot okay?
The foot's fine. The mind's not. But I just had like a flashback. And I don't know what it means, but this room is really not good for us. I can tell you that right now.
I'd agree. So, and I look around to see in the room for any signs of exit other than through the hole that's
That I'm in.
yeah.
Okay,
So are
the
you,
only
are
thing
you in a hole, or is it just that your foot went through and then you're still back on the floor?
His foot only fell like a few inches. He
Okay.
got impaled.
So it's out now. I ripped it out, and I'm like,
yeah.
huddled on.
Can I look through the? I'm gonna like distribute my weight, but can I peek through?
You can.
Okay.
And you notice, like on You Don't Know How, you recognize it, but you've seen documentaries and maybe even seen them in person. When the people lay on the bed of nails, you know what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
They lay on them and then they can put bricks on themselves and they're supposedly superhuman and all that. But everybody knows it's because of the way the nails are distributed
Mhm.
is why they can lay on the nails without hurting themselves.
Mhm.
You notice where his foot went through. Some of those nails have fallen down into the floor, and you can see where his heel had been pierced by one of them. So not all these nails are stable, and they're about 6 inches long.
And they're nails.
Yeah.
Guys, there's
Right.
nails in the floor, and then I explained to them.
And I go, I know.
And Erin hasn't taken Elsie's advice. She's still standing there, and while this is happening, she's been slowly creeping up towards the wall as her footsteps, every step makes a larger and larger crack. She's hoping to get to the walls to look. She's hoping perhaps this is all just a two-way mirror and she can look in and see somewhere where we could possibly break through to the other side.
Okay. As you start walking, let's go. Give me a dexterity. And what's your plus and minus on dexterity?
2 and 2.
No, I mean your
Your
features.
feature.
Oh, contortionist and bum knee.
Okay, contortionist ain't going to help you here, but your bum knee is going to hurt you. So we're going to give you a negative for your bum knee. We're going to give you a negative because you're ignoring the advice of the others and moving, not spreading yourself out. And you said it was a 2?
Yes.
Okay. So let's do 2 and 3. 2 positive, 3 negative.
Okay.
The third negative will be because you're freaking out.
Okay. So y'all are gonna have to help me figure this out. 4, 5, 1, 1, 3. That all seems like a big old fail to me.
So
Ones are good, but you've got
ones are good, but you've got 3 negatives.
and the negatives don't have to be under. It's just
No,
Negative's a negative.
yeah, just negatives are negatives. So as you go, you trip. Your knee kind of gives out, and you go down on one knee. The mirrors shatter, and as you catch yourself on the floor, your hands hit the nails. Some of them fall away, and these nails go through your hands. They also went through your knee that you went down on because they had also went through. Your feet are okay because you were on your tippy toes when you're down on one knee. So you've got nails in your knee, not all the way through your knee, but you are looking down and you see several nails sticking out of the back of your hand.
And she just starts screaming.
And you're going to take a stress.
Just one stress?
Okay, 2. Take 2 stress.
Aisha, goodness gracious.
That sounds really bad.
I'm here to service you.
she's just there on all fours, like screaming, like, ah!
No, I'll tell you what. Take one stress right now.
Okay.
And it depends on what you do. You're going to take another stress, but I want to explain why you're taking it.
Okay.
But how far away is she from us?
She was making her way. She's probably 5 feet to the other side of the room. So you were just on the other side of the door. So I'm gonna say you were 5 feet in the room. LC was probably in the middle. And what's your name again, Ish?
Aaron.
Aaron was, she's about 5 feet from the other side of the room.
Oh, damn. Okay.
But since I've fallen through this, I imagine I can see now where I could possibly stand to raise myself up.
These nails give way. You don't know where they're going to give way or where they're not going to give way. Think of it kind of like those toys where you can like put your face in and it makes a picture of your face.
Do I notice like
Kind of
what?
like that, but some of these nails are solid and some of them fall away. So when I said a little while ago that the people lay on them and it distributes their weight,
Yeah.
these nails look like they're going to distribute your weight, but when you touch them, they fall back into the floor. So instead of this, you've got this. And this isn't good.
And only some of them go down. Is that right?
Yeah.
Not all of them.
No.
Okay. So do I notice that pattern at all? Or can I see? So there's no pattern.
Yeah, there is no pattern.
Okay. Guys, I think we need to try to get to the side. So I don't know. I just mentioned to for everybody to kind of get up, and then I start scooting my way towards the side area to one of the walls, and I want to try to kick one of the walls.
Cool. Okay. So I'm going to let you have your martial arts on that.
Nice.
So give me a 4 and a 2.
Ooh, nice. So
Yours is the 11, 15, 31.
yeah. So 2 of those. So I have 1 success.
So okay, you do succeed. When you kick through the wall, it breaks. You can see that these mirrors are attached to the wall by almost like 4x4s. So they're not like directly on the wall. You can also see some power cables in the wall. It's like if you were to take drywall out and look inside of it, that's what you're looking at. And you notice very faintly through these holes that there's a light blinking, kind of flashing, and it's coming from your right.
So we're
soft on her side, bleeding out everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so you removed your hands?
Yeah.
Okay, take another stress. When you take your hands out, you just hear the rusty nails and come out of your hand, and so your hands are almost like claws now because of ligament damage.
Are you crying, or are you making any audible?
Oh yeah, I'm a mess. There's
Aaron,
snot, there's
you need
tears.
help.
I'm panicking. I can't even hear you guys. I'm just like freaking out.
I'm gonna try and get over there. Slowly, like a snow angel on the ground, just like this, trying to push my way very slowly to get over to where Aaron is.
Okay, as you do that, parts of the mirror give way, and you're not going to take any damage, but your arm does go down on the nails, and you notice then that some of them stay up and some of them fall down right when you touch them.
Okay. But I make it over there and
Yeah, let's go. That's going to be, it's probably going to be dexterity again.
yay.
And I need to make my mouse different color, I think. So super flexible. We'll give you that one.
Thanks.
I can articulate that. So super flexible. You can take that positive, and you're about 80% sure that if the mirror does break on any one part of your body, that you're not going to take damage. But you also have the fear of your, the whole thing is going to break and you're going to land and take damage. Plus, your shoulder is still out. So we'll do 2 and 2.
Got it. Well, that's not good.
You're the 4-2-5-1?
Yep, 4, 2, 5, 1. So 1
Okay.
success and 2 not successes.
So as you are crawling over, the mirror does break. Let's say, I don't know, I've got a number in mind. Pick a number between 1 and 100.
It's probably the wrong number, right?
No, you can just tell me.
62.
62? Okay.
Yeah.
The from your waist down, the mirrors break, so you're being dragged along. Again, you're not going to take a stress, but some of the nails do scrape you up pretty good. So your legs are scraped up, and you just realize you have to be just a little bit more careful. You're about 10 feet from where she is.
Okay. You're on your own.
Well, seeing that happen to him, like I just like put out a hand, like no, don't come any further.
Okay, you can see her face through the holes in her hands
Wow.
as the blood pours from them. She's more like, don't come any closer.
We got to get to the sides. I can't get to you. You're close to that wall. You got to go.
And I'm like crying and like having my hands, but I'm like, yeah, and I'm like shaking and trying to like inch my way to safety.
Okay, you're like I said, you're about 5 feet from the other side of the room, so you make it, and as you do, the mirror gives way under your feet, and you're afraid, but you don't take any damage because right by the door, about 3 by 3, is a concrete slab. So when you step over by the I said door, so I ruined the surprise. So we'll just go ahead and do that. You can see out into the hall from this door on the opposite side. You're standing on this slab, but pieces of the mirror falling off around it, so you can see hundreds and hundreds of nails around the slab.
And like I'm just kind of like leaning against the wall, of course, a bloody mess, trying to hold myself up with one knee. And I guess I'm telling Loomis because LC is safe, right? He's already to the edge.
LC is over he kicked the wall.
Okay. Well, I'm telling Loomis since he's closer to me. I'm like, if you can get here, there's something to stand on.
Thank you. And I'm going to try and get over there. It's nothing fancy, just slow and steady.
And it probably all around the circumference of the room, right? That concrete slab.
No, you can see where the concrete slab is. It's right there in front of the door.
Okay.
Right where you're standing. Like I said, the mirror has broke away even farther around the concrete slab, and you can see hundreds of nails around there.
Okay.
Or spikes or whatever they are.
And now, can I tell the door is there? Or do I need to like break it?
Yeah, it's just like the other side. When you get close to the door, let's say a light comes on and you can see out into another hallway.
Okay. And with my gimp hands, I'm gonna try to open the door and fall through.
Okay, it doesn't take very much effort, and the door comes open.
And she just sort of collapses into the hallway, not being able to hold herself up on her one leg.
So I go ahead and start making my way towards that door as much as I can, or the slab as much as I can.
Okay.
Again, not like getting up or putting any effort as much onto like one location, but trying to spread my weight.
Kind of like fingertips and toes type of thing.
Just kind of, just sort of like, like on whatever glass that's left, just kind of move, kind of inchworming my way
Okay.
across the glass.
So we'll say you make it, and Loomis, you with your bum shoulder and scrapes and bruises, you finally make your way to the slab and you crawl out into the hallway. And behind you, you hear a loud crash, and as you look back, you see that the ceiling and the floor mirrors have broken away. The ceiling is basically just broke and fallen onto the floor, which has totally destroyed the floor. So all you can see are these nails in the trail that each of you took if you were injured. Give me how many stress does everybody have?
1.
2.
And Loomis has 2.
2.
Okay. You see a room or another hallway. At the end of it is just a dingy looking white curtain, kind of like in the hospital, you know, those ones on rings, like a shower curtain type deal. That's what you see at the end.
What's in store? Let's just get away from the glass. I can't even think about glass or.
And I've just dragged myself up into a seating position against the wall.
Guys, we got to push ourselves. We're all half dead. We got to keep going. Aaron, I know you're shook. I know you've been through a lot. But we got to keep moving forward. And Elsie, same for you.
I'm just shaking my head. I'm like, I'm going to need help standing up. I don't think I can.
I go ahead and I grab. I go ahead, before she really says something. I'm go ahead and I'm grabbing underneath her arm and then kind of pulling her up a little bit and then helping her forward.
Okay. As you do that, Emily, is it?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Aaron?
Aaron. Okay, you have a flash of a memory, and you're in a large tent, and you look over and you can see LC. He's carrying in a wounded soldier, and he, kind of roughly tosses him up on a gurney. You can see he's missing both his arms, but you do see LC.
And since he's picking me up as this happens, like I look at him like stunned, and I'm like, I remember you. I know you. I'm like, I don't know how, but I know you.
Okay, you're freaking out right now. I need you to calm down.
I'm like, no, there was a tent. There was a soldier. He was missing limbs, but you were there. I know you.
What do you... Then I get kind of emotional, and then what are you talking? You said a wounded soldier. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I just remember a tent and you bringing in a soldier, and he was missing arms. That's all I know. But I know it was you. It was you. I know you somehow.
I look to to Loomis. Um, and then I look away. I turn around, kind of turn my back to him a little bit, and kind of think.
Of course, I'm breathing heavy because of everything we've gone through. And I asked Loomis, I'm like, do either of you remember anything?
That
I do, but nothing like that. That's not what I saw.
that soldier that you saw with the missing limbs. When I was in the desert, I had a flashback earlier, and I didn't want to tell you guys. I think it was a friend of mine. I saw his arms get blown off, and I was trying to hold him and put him in his pocket and kind of help him so that we could maybe put it together. I don't know. We need to get out of here.
Loomis, what did you see?
I feel bad even talking about it, listening to you two. Mine doesn't even compare to what you guys remember. Mine was wonderful. It was winter day. I was on a lake, holding the hand of a 7-year-old girl, teaching her how to skate, and that's all I have. But nothing compared to that. Mine was pleasant. I'm so sorry, but I do agree. It doesn't make sense. At least mine. It's time to. We gotta keep moving.
And Erin's just crying. She's like, I want to go. Let's go. I want to leave. I don't want to die here. Please.
And as Aaron and LC are y'all are talking, LC he kind of vaguely, in a haze, he thinks he remembers Aaron.
I see your patch kind of. I don't know. That patch fits you for some reason. I don't. Have you ever been in the military?
I don't know, but from what I remember, it looked like we were in a tent. Maybe in the desert. I don't know. And with guys' arms blown off, what could that mean? You don't get that every day. I don't know.
Well, do you feel like. Do you recall anything like medicine wise? Do you feel like you're a nurse? Do you feel like you're a doctor? Like, I don't know. Like, is there anything that you can remember?
When your arms got tore, I felt like I knew what to do with that, but I don't know how. It's just kind of like riding a bike. Like, you know how to ride a bike. So when I saw your arms damaged, I knew what to do. But, I mean, that could be anything.
And then I get real mad, and then I turn and kick the wall, just out of frustration, not for any other purpose. And then turn around and say, it doesn't. I don't know. This may mean something. I have no clue. We've got to keep moving. We're going to run out of time, I feel. And let's see. So we're out of the mirror room, and then we're into basically a hallway. Is that right?
Yeah, you're in a hallway, and at the end of the hallway is like a curtain, like a shower curtain, a dingy shower curtain.
Okay.
And you can't see the room; it's closed.
Loomis, I'm gonna help her. I need you to go ahead and go forward, and I need you to start kind of scouting us out a little bit. I think I've got enough energy to keep going with my right arm to help her, and then I kind of shift and make sure that that I've got a hold of her well, and then make my way towards the end of the hallway where that curtain is.
I'm going to go to the curtain and just put my hands up to it and push it forward to see if there's anything behind it.
Okay. When you push it forward, you can see around the edges, and it looks like a kind of like an operating room in a hospital.
All right, I'm going to take the curtain and fling it open.
Okay. When you do that, you see in this room, like I said, it looks like an operating room, and there's a gurney. It's got, you know, it's very soiled gurney, the sheets and blankets and stuff. The floor is dirty. There's instruments laying around on tables and trays. And it's got those big old-timey lights that they would use. And you see a folder laying on the one of the tables.
I'm going to walk over and just open up the folder and see what it says.
Okay, when you open up the folder, the first thing you see is a picture of a deceased girl. She looks to maybe be 16, 17. And as you read further, you notice that the date on it is just a few months ago. So we'll say it was in November. And you read further and you see that this girl didn't make it. She died of a overdose. And you see the doctor's signature. All you can make out is the doctor's first name, and it's Aaron. And the rest of it's smudged.
And I go ahead and I'm helping Erin to the gurney so that I can have her sit down because she needs to kind of rest a little bit because just rest. So anyway, I kind of help her up onto the gurney.
Okay.
I joke with LC as he's doing it. I'm like, I don't know if I was medically trained or what, but I'm pretty sure this isn't sanitary as I'm laying on this nasty gurney. Just trying to make some levity in the situation.
Was there a picture of the girl in the
Yeah,
folder?
yeah, that was the first thing you saw. Her dead laying on the table.
And I'm guessing, or is there a way for me to relate to this picture?
Yes.
And, okay.
You do see
It's the girl
as
from
you
the
read.
memory.
Yeah, no, yeah, but that was a distant memory. This is just a few months old. You do see the ad, like I said, most of it's smudged. The address of this girl is smudged. The city, state, all that stuff is smudged. But you do see parents' name, and you can very faintly make out the name Loomis.
And I take the folder and I go over to Aaron, very calmly yet infuriated, and throw the folder on her and say, "What can you tell me about this? You must remember something about this."
Of course, my hands are all jacked up, so I'm like taking it confused. I'm like, what? And trying to flip through and look. Can I roll anything to see if my memory gets sparked?
Yeah, let me go for logic. And what are your features in logic or mental?
World traveler and no sense of direction.
Okay, nothing's going to help you there. So we'll just do 2 positive, 1 negative. Because you're having a hard time focusing because you've got holes in your hands and knee and stuff.
So that's 2 successes, right? My logic's 3.
What'd you roll?
3, a 6, and a -3.
No, that's a fail. Your negative and your positive cancel, and you didn't make your other positive because you rolled a 6.
Oh, it has to be under.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is a good question. Would that be a fail?
Well, the threes cancel
because
out,
the
yeah.
the six threes cancel, and
Six
And
of
she
so
didn't
so
make
she's
her?
not going to have a stress to it because
Yeah.
so there's no negative stress on that, but she just doesn't fail because she's got a 6, so that's not under.
Okay. All right. So, like I said, this file is all smudged, and you've smudged it even more with your bloody hands. So,
And so I'm looking at it and I'm getting upset because he's upset. And like, this doesn't mean anything, Loomis. Like, we don't even know if this is real. And I like throw it back at him. I'm like, none of this, we're in an impossible situation. Like, why, what makes you think this is anything?
because it has your name on it.
He could have created that. He's created all this. And like, I get up off the gurney and I start hobbling to the opposite side of the room. Like, we got to get out of here. Like, this is what he wants. He wants us to fight.
I go over and I pick up the folder and I kind of look at it myself to see if I can see anything.
okay, you do get a flash of a memory. Again, you do recognize Aaron, and you're out on a city street. Again, you don't know what city or state or anything, but a group of girls come up to your vehicle, and one of them gives you money. And as you're sitting there to Aaron, you hand her a package, and she gives this girl a small baggie of some sort of substance. You don't know what it is.
And this is
The girl,
like the vehicle and the surroundings. It looks like something that would be like not related to desert.
yeah, you're in a city.
Okay.
And you recognize, again, you can tell everybody if you want, but you recognize the girl that the package was given to as the girl in the picture.
Loomis, I don't think there's a connection here. How do you know
No.
this girl?
It's my girl. Was apparently my girl. And now she's dead. And Aaron, Dr. Aaron, took care of her. And you have some relationship. We all seem to be tied into this nightmare. So that's why I'm upset. That's my kid. And these are her papers, and that's her folder. And look at us. We're trapped. We're all here, half dead. And my kid's dead. I have nothing left. And you guys are a part of this too? Like, this is just too much. So I don't even know if it's worth getting out at this point. At the beginning of all this, I probably should have just hit the red button. But this is too much for me to handle.
And Erin is still kind of hobbling along the walls, trying to figure out a way out, but she's getting mad at Loomis right now. She's like, Loomis, just think about what you're saying. Like, he put the name Aaron on there. There's a million Aarons in the world. I don't know anything medical. This is what he wants. He wants us to fight. We just need to hold it together and get out of here.
Let's just go. Nothing good will come out of this. Nothing good has come out of this.
At that point, I start to kind of look around the room to see if there's anything else that look for what our next options are.
You do see a set of double doors on the where you walked in. It'll be to your right.
Okay, I was like,
You walk through the curtain, and there's double doors to your right.
okay. I look over to Loomis. Loomis, you got to help me. Let's push this gurney. Let's get Aaron through these double doors, and then I'll go ahead into the front side of it, and I kind of start pulling, and then I'm going to be backing into the double doors and just kind of testing it with my back before we go through.
Okay, yeah, they when you get close to them, they're electric. They open up when you get close.
So I'm back on the gurney.
Oh, did you get off?
Yeah, but that's okay. I was
I
when
could
in
throw
my
you back
little
on.
panic state. I was hobbling around, but
Yeah, that's fine. So we talked it out and got you back on the gurney and stuff, and we started moving. Um, and then I paused before we get all the way through. Loomis, go back and see if you can find something on the floor that can be useful.
All right. And I go and I'm scavenging and seeing if there's anything that's sterile and useful, or just useful at this
Do
point.
we remember what was? Do y'all remember what y'all what he had described in the room?
Mm-hmm. Garnis and instruments. So there are medical instruments around.
Okay. I don't know if. So I start talking to Loomis. I'm like, anything you can find, if you can get me some type of if there's a bone saw or something like
That's
that,
what
I
was
need that.
thinking.
And anything else that you think that you could use that would be helpful. And if there's anything else, like any type of anything that would be like first aid wise, like gauze or anything like that that we could use that would help. So
Okay.
and when I know that Loomis is a safe distance away, I pull out from underneath. I've been hiding. I found a scalpel as I was hobbling around the room, and I hand it to Elsie, and I go, "He's crazy." I was like, "He's gonna do something to us. Take this."
so uh, so I reach over and I kind of palm it and kind of stick it kind of underneath, kind of like with the anyway, the tip kind of ready, just kind of underneath on my right side. So, and then I wait for Loomis to come back.
What do I find?
You find you do find some gauze. It's not the cleanest, but you find little instruments. Uh, Nothing as big as a bone saw or anything, but scissors, forceps. Of course, there's some scalpels. Just regular stuff that you would find in
Okay.
an operating room.
So I'm going to take a handful of that. I'm going to stick the scissors, if I have a place to put it. If not, I'll just hold them at my side,
Okay.
trying to conceal them. And I'll bring the gauze over and the other instruments.
Who's
back to them.
who's the person that's kind of bleeding the most at this point?
Bleeding the most would probably be, yeah, yours is pretty well stemmed, LC, with your arm, but I mean, your bandages, your makeshift bandages are blood soaked. But Erin, her wounds are still open
Okay.
until you bandage them.
So I
She's got
Kinda
several holes in her hands and then in her knee.
kind of reach out for for Loomis to give me the gauze, and I go ahead and I kind of start wrapping them around Aaron's at least hand as much as I can on one or both, if I can wrap them a little bit better.
Okay. When you're doing this, you're wrapping her up and tending to her wounds. You have another flash, and this one is of Erin, and she's talking to a higher up. You don't know what branch of the military is in. You just know, you can just tell that he's higher up. And from your perspective, both of them look over to you, and this higher up motions a couple of MPs. He just does this to a couple of MPs, and you just get a flash of I wouldn't say terror, but you're afraid, and just a smidgen of paranoia.
So as they're coming across to me, I kind of I get a paranoia that something's not good is going to happen.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then on the previous one where I recognize Aaron, and I hand, I guess, Erin a package, and then she gives like a baggie or something to the girls out of a vehicle, or we're in a vehicle together, right? And
Uh-huh.
then she
Yeah,
hands some of the girls like a little baggie of something.
yeah.
Okay, and then are we close to the same age as any of the other memories, or like is that like when we were like a teenager, or when more
No,
towards present?
you can tell. You do recognize the girl that when you handed Erin the package and she handed it to the girl,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be the girl in the picture in the file.
Mm-hmm. And
So
then
you can tell that this memory is just a few months old.
okay, all right.
And the other one, the one you just had, is even more recent than that.
So I kind of stay quiet, and I said, guys, we got to keep moving. I think we're equipped as we're going to get. So I start to kind of to push through the double doors, and then just kind of look into the hallway.
Okay, what's everybody else doing?
I'm just prone on the gurney. And I'm kind of eyeing Loomis now because I think he's crazy. I don't trust him.
And as I'm walking away, I take the front of the Garni and I just drag it behind me towards the double doors, not even looking at Aaron.
Okay, give me 1 second. What I'm doing now is memories coming up are just going to be given to you. And Ish, do you have Facebook open?
Yes.
Okay. Let me bring you up.
Sending me something in Messenger.
It will be, yeah. Not right now, but I can get to you. It's kind of hard to see in this thing.
You're doing great, man.
Okay, we'll just have to do it like that. Okay, so what's everybody doing again? Sorry.
I'm pulling Aaron to the door on the Gurney.
Okay. So the double doors, right? Okay,
Yep.
the double doors open up, and this hallway it's got really nice tile, and on each side is wood walls, kind of like a high-end business office type thing that you would see in a big office. Wooden walls, there's plants, big paintings, some really nice chandelier type lights on the ceiling. And you can see at the end of the hall, it opens up into a room, and there's several desks with partition.
So it just looks like an office space.
Yeah.
And were you supposed to have sent me a memory or something?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Elsie, go scout up ahead. I got to.
I don't know if that's a good idea. I think we need to try to stick together.
I'm right behind you. I'm just moving slow. We all are.
Okay,
I'm gonna be right behind you.
That's okay. I'm gonna help.
And
I'm gonna
I
help
hop off
Aaron.
the gurney. I hop off the gurney and brace myself on some of the desks because I don't let him know, but I'm feeling uncomfortable with Loomis being in a position of power dragging me around. So I hop off and I'm like, I'm okay. I can manage it.
Suit yourself.
Hobbling from desk to desk.
I'm gonna start searching the desks.
And then I'm gonna kind of stick with Loomis. I was like, hey, I think we need to. Anyway, I'm gonna help we're just gonna kind of go through these, and then I'm gonna just double check right behind you to make sure we don't miss anything.
All
Are
right.
there any computers or phones to mess with in here?
They are, but you notice that the phones don't have any cords or anything. They're mostly for show.
As I'm picking them up, I just start throwing stuff in frustration, realizing that it's all just like props, really.
Are they like cubicle areas? Are they like half cubicles? Are they full size?
You can see when you stand up, they're about head high. You can see over into the next one, but if somebody were to see you, they would just see your head.
Okay.
So maybe 5 feet tall.
How big a space is this?
It's a pretty large space.
So
You
like,
notice, like I said, there's cubicles and desk in the center, and of course, just like any other office, there's doors on the walls that lead into, I guess, bigger offices. You would think.
okay. I'm gonna hobble my way to the doors on the outskirts, see if any of them open and what they open.
Okay, so you're trying one of the doors. Okay. You open up the door and you walk in and you see big plate glass windows. There's a desk at the far end of this room, and a small light is on the desk, and it's on. It doesn't really light the room up all that good.
And do the windows just look like a facade, or does it look like it actually leads to the outside?
You can't see out them right now.
Okay.
You would have to get closer.
I'm gonna get closer. I yell at them. I'm like, this room looks like it has windows. I'm gonna see if it leads to the outside.
Okay, as you get close to the windows, let me get back here. Give me a logic roll. And again, what are your features, Ish?
Sorry, world traveler and no sense of direction.
Because you're still hazy with pain, we'll do 2 and 2.
So that was a fail.
What'd you roll?
2 negatives, and then 1 positive, and then a 6 positive. But that's
Okay.
it.
I think she succeeds with the 1, but the 2s, she's got. But she has. Well, how does that work?
It's 1 success.
1 success
fail?
and one fail, because
1 fail?
the success lessens the failure, right?
So really, I just pulled up even.
Okay, how about this? You get close to the windows, and you notice something odd about it. It almost looks like you're looking at a very high def TV screen. You look outside, you can see that it's dark. You can see houses down below. You're probably 3 or 4 stories up in whatever building you're in. You can see houses, other shops. You can see cars on the street, people walking.
But I know it's a facade, like it looks like a TV.
Well, it almost looks too real,
Okay.
if you know what I mean.
Okay.
Like when you look at one of those TVs and it's like your mind can't even really comprehend it because it looks more real than real life does.
I'm pretty weak, but I want to try grabbing one of the office chairs and smashing it against the window, the screen.
Okay. Then let's do a dexterity. What are your features on that?
Contortion and bum knee.
Okay. Chairs aren't too heavy. So we'll go 2, but you're also going to do 2 negative because your hands are messed up and bandaged.
Okay.
You're killing me.
That was a fail because my dexterity is 2.
Okay, so you try to pick up this chair, and as you do, as you grab the handles, uh, your wounds, which were almost clotted, reopen, and you can feel the skin kind of tear around your wounds. So you're gonna take
The stress.
you're gonna take a stress. How many is that for you? 3?
3.
Okay, so from now on, you build up a resistance.
Okay.
So if you were to roll the same thing again, let's say you had 2 successes and, well, let's say you had a success and a tie and another success and of course your negative die. You're going to remove 1 negative die right away. So you would have a success because you built up a tolerance to that pain.
Okay. I don't think it's going to matter much longer, but okay.
So you kind of give. Yeah, go ahead.
I hear the banging in there, and then I run and run into the room just to kind of observe to see what happened. I was like, "Everything okay?"
Yeah, and you see me cussing and leaning against the glass and hitting it with my bloody stumps. I'm like, we're never getting out of here. And I turn to him and like, do you trust Loomis now? It's like maybe he's in on this whole thing.
I'm sorry. Say again. Sorry. Say what you said again.
Just asking if you trust Loomis now, because I still, being meta here, I haven't had the memories and flashbacks that you had, and so I just have the knowledge that Loomis thinks I'm a bad guy, and I'm like, I'm not. I don't know anything about your situation. So I'm asking you, I'm like, do you trust Loomis? Because like I don't. Like he might be the one that brought us into this whole situation to begin with.
I don't know. I still don't really trust him too much. I think we should. I think we should be really careful with him right now.
I agree. Like, but I can't do much, so I'm gonna kind of stick close to you.
Did you try to break the window?
Yeah, I don't think it's a window though. I think it's like a screen of some sort, projection. But can't really do too much.
Okay. Is there anything? Can I look in the room to see if there's anything else that would? And has Loomis followed me into the room?
I walk in.
He walks in.
There you go.
What's going on? What's the noise?
We're trying to look for a way out. There's these windows.
There's a window.
I know.
Anyone
but
tries throwing anything?
Yeah, Loomis. But it's not a window, it's just a screen. Thought maybe we could get from here to the next room.
So have you tried throwing anything at it? I mean...
Yes, I did, and I show him my busted, bloody bandages again.
Oh, well, okay.
Please, have at it.
Oh, I will. I will. And I take the chair and I chuck it as hard as I can.
Okay, when you do that, you don't have any problem doing that, but it hits it, and just like you've discussed, it's almost like hitting a big screen TV. It cracks and the picture goes all wonky and stuff like that. Kind of like if you remember the first Resident Evil movie, where they're underground, but the windows show city and people walking around and stuff. That's kind of what this looks like. It's better special effects.
Not a way out. Let's keep searching. And I walk out the room.
Good.
So I try to catch up with Loomis. Let's see. So I try to make sure that the Aaron's not too far behind, and I asked Loomis. I was like, are you still doing okay with your daughter, with the memories of your daughter?"
Obviously not. I don't know what to think right now, and I don't know who to trust or what. All I care about is getting out, and then I can piece this all together. But in my mind, I I can't trust anyone, especially with what I just saw. So I just don't. To be 100% honest with you, I don't care who lives or dies. We just need to get out of here. If it's me, if it's you, if it's someone needs to get out so that this can be pieced together. And at this point, I've lost it. So I, I'm trying to put this aside and be a team player here, but it's really, really hard after what I've just seen. So I'm here to help, but it's going to be really hard. Plus, we're all messed up. I mean, your arm's a mess. She can barely walk. I have glass in my foot. Yeah, it's not a good thing. But the longer we talk about our feelings, the less time we have to get out of here. So you can trust me. You can not trust me. I really don't care. All I care about is getting out alive. So that's my 2 cents. Let's do this.
I believe you. Let's go. Come on. And then I start to motion kind of towards looking further in the room to try to see if I can find something that that would be as a way out or something.
Okay. As you exit the room and walk back out, you notice some things have changed. Just minor little things. On some of the desk, the color of lights have changed. Where they were once a soft white, now you see one's green, another one is a bluish color, another one is yellow on one of the desks in different parts of the room.
And just the lights are different.
Yeah.
Since I was kind of hovering in the background after they left the room, I was watching them, and I kind of hung back because I kind of got like a panic in my chest almost, because some stuff is coming to my remembrance and I don't know what to trust. And seeing them talking together, I'm uncertain as to if I can trust them. So I'm kind of hovering away from them, and as far as I can without being suspicious, I want to distance myself from them as I maybe look in one of the other rooms to see if maybe the lights here correlate to another room that we haven't looked in yet.
Okay, they don't. It's more of an attention getting ploy.
Okay.
Where you walked into this room and all the lights are the same, but when you walk back out, you can definitely see some of the lights have changed.
And I asked the guys, I'm like, do you notice the lights have changed?
No, I was thinking of something. No,
Well, they have. When we were in the room, they were all like a soft white. Now they're all these multicolors. Maybe we go into one of these side rooms and come out, see what the pattern changes to. Maybe there's something with these lights.
fine, whatever it takes.
So I'm going to go in one of the offices.
Okay, you go into the next office over, and it's almost identical to the one left. You're not fooled by the window, even though it shows something different. This one shows more of an Asian type city. You can see like the way the roofs are and stuff over in China and stuff like that. You can see like lanterns, the paper lanterns. You can tell that this is showing a totally different part of the world.
And I'm waiting to hear their office doors close. And when are you guys in another room yet?
Yeah.
Okay, on the count
Okay.
of, let's open up and go back in, see if anything's changed. And count down 1, 2, 3.
Okay, as you open up your doors all at the same time, I'm guessing.
Mhm.
You notice nothing has changed. There's still, what did I say, red, blue, and like a yellow. We'll say that. But as you exit the rooms, the little blinking lights on your collars, they all turn a solid color. Aaron, yours are yellow. Elsie, yours are blue. Loomis, yours all turned green.
Mine's yellow.
Yeah.
Hey guys, my
Of course,
collars.
of course. Yeah, you don't recognize it on your own collar.
No.
You've got to converse with each other to say, hey, your lights are different.
I point to him like, guys, your collars, they changed.
Yours is different as well.
What's mine?
You're
Yours-
yellow. What am I?
Got their collars. We're blue. Loomis is blue.
I think I'm green.
Um,
I'll see you're blue.
blue, green, and yellow. And I run to one of the yellow lamps in the room and mess with it, see if there's something written on it. See if I can.
Okay, when you get to the there's only one. There's only 3 colored lights in the whole room, but they're far enough from each other that you can't see the other two's what they're looking at. But you run to yours and you notice that there's a picture of you shaking the hand of it looks like it's a guy in a suit, and behind it says Doctors Without Borders, Dr. Aaron, and again your last name is smudged out. And you also see like business cards, again, just with your first name, Doctors Without Borders, the address, and your last name is smudged out. But there are several of them. And other little knickknacks on the desk.
And I look up and like, did you guys find anything at your desk? And I'm like hiding the picture in my pocket. I'm just going to show them the business cards.
And then I don't go into my room, and I make my way over to Aaron's room, and I kind of slide in. I slide into the room and I ask Aaron, or I'm kind of quiet, just kind of observing what's going on with Aaron. I'm like, we need to talk.
What did your room have?
Oh, yeah, it was something about Doctors with Borders, and me just kind of helping some kids in a village. What about you?
As he says that, I'm like peeking around, make sure Loomis isn't around, and I grab the picture that I stuffed and hand it to him. Like, I still don't remember anything. Maybe I was a doctor. It's like, but still, what does that have to do with me and his kid? Like, Doctors Without Borders, not exactly known for killing.
Okay. So I go.
Hide it again.
I go and I walk over to the door, and I close the door and lock it, and then I run at Aaron with my scalpel and try to slash at her.
I need to roll. I need to roll to defend. That's all I know.
Back to your stuff here.
Let's see. So we
Excellent.
So I think it's dexterity against dexterity.
Yeah. What is your physical features, Ish?
Contortionist and bum knee.
Eesh. Okay.
Well, I'm already in a mess. This is gonna
Yeah.
go.
So, Chris, you are going to get your dexterity is a 3, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you're going to get 5 positive, 3 for your score, 1 for martial arts, and 1 for pride. And you're going to take 2 negative because she's standing on the other side of a desk. Ish, what are your dexterity? What's your features?
The contortionist and bum knee.
Okay. And what is your skill?
Oh, the level 2.
The 2. So you're going to take 2 positive and 4 negative
Do I get
for your
minus,
knee, your wounds on your hand.
but do I get minus the negative since I built up a tolerance to pain?
This is just to see who's gonna.
Okay, so 4 negative.
This is just like a combat check type deal.
So 4 negative.
2 positive, 4 negative. Chris, you get 5 positive, and what did I say? Negative
2.
2.
Let's see. I've got 1, 2, 3, 3 positive or 3 successes.
3 successes, and
I got
Ish, you're the crappy roll up top, right?
Well, somebody kind of set her up for that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so he, and I'm going to let him describe it. I'll let y'all describe it between yourselves.
Yeah.
But he's going to lay you open like a fish with this scalpel, and you're not going to make it. So you can both describe that. You can, Chris, you can tell me what you did. Ish, you can tell me how you're gonna go toes up.
Well, I'm assuming he jumped and slid across the desk to surprise me. You said there was, well, no, because I was shown in the picture, so there was no distance between us. So.
Oh, okay. Still with the surprise.
Yeah.
Right.
And it wasn't going to matter if he took a negative off anyway.
So basically, I kind of shut the door and then turn around real quick and then slice towards the jugular. And as soon as I get a clean swipe, see her just kind of slide down, and I loom over her, and I tell her, "I know what you did to me." I said, I was the one that you turned me in. You're a traitor, and you turned me in for murdering that girl to save yourself.
And I'm like trying to hold him back with my weak arm, and my memories are still fuzzy, but I know what he's saying is true. And I'm like, I did what I had to. We were both in the wrong. This was the only way to do it. There was no other way. What was I going to do, Elsie? I'm trying to push back as the scalpel just keeps getting closer and closer. And at this point, I'm in tears. I'm like, I didn't mean to. It's like, I didn't want to go to jail.
There's too late.
And as you're doing that,
And
yeah,
tears went out of my eyes.
as you're doing that, you're fighting over this scalpel. She's got a hold of your arm with her gnarled, bloody hands, and John Wick style, you have the scalpel down there, and you just start hitting it, and let's say it goes into her eye, just like that. You hit it, and it kind of nicks her eye, and her eye bursts, and the fluid goes down, and she screams, and you just keep hitting it until there's hardly anything left. It's stuck clear inside her skull, and she's just there, kind of flopping around. Yeah, like that.
All right, so I get up, and I'm breathing really heavy, and I'm trying to just kind of suppress the rage, and I start to walk. I open the door back up and kind of pull it kind of almost to, and then I walk over to the blue room.
Is that your color or Loomis's?
Sorry, not blue. I walk over
I'm
to the
green.
green room, to Loomis's room, and kind of is the door, if it's either, anyway, so I try to, kind of see what he's doing.
Okay. Before you get there, you were in the room, right, Loomis?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Loomis is in this room. It's set up. It's a modest office. On the desk, he's got there's a picture frame, and it has a girl in a graduation gown, and it says 2019 or 2020. So this girl has not graduated yet. It's just a graduation picture. You can get that. On the walls, you see drawings from, you can tell different times. It's like a small child has made drawings, and whoever office this is has them up, stuck up on his wall. And they keep getting better and better. And then you see a hand-drawn picture of Loomis. And it's great looking. Whoever did it had a lot of talent. And underneath it, it says submission to, I don't know, Mike, what kind of schools are in New York for art and music and stuff?
Oh God, you got Juilliard. You got
we'll say Juilliard. It's a Juilliard acceptance letter underneath this picture. And like I said, the walls are just littered with these different pictures, but the centerpiece is this picture of Loomis's face, almost like it's a mirror. Whoever did it had a lot of talent, and it's framed with this acceptance letter.
I'm in tears at this point, just overwhelmed, looking at all this, remembering all this.
Is the door shut to that room?
No, it's ajar.
Okay. So I kind of knock on the door and kind of walk in a little bit. I was like, have you figured out anything? Or saying to Loomis, I was like, are you okay? Have you figured out anything on how to get out of here?
No, I'm not okay. No, I haven't figured anything out. Just in tears, like, no, I got nothing. What about you? What you look worse. What's going on?
No, I'm okay. I'm just trying to make sense of the puzzle and how we get out of here. I'm pretty sure that we both can get out of here. So we just need to keep looking and try to figure out how to get out.
All right. What have you been doing? What have you tried? We gotta move. We gotta do something. What have you been up to? What did you search with Aaron? Like, where is she? Oh,
yeah,
what's going on?
She's in there, and I'm gonna try. We're gonna try the room thing real quick. So I'm gonna run to my room, and to make sure that see if us being in the same room is gonna unlock anything. So I head back out and I run to the blue room real quick, and then past the threshold of the door to see if that does anything.
And it does. When you enter the room, some bars shoot up out of the floor into and from the floor to the door jamb. It's a metal door jamb. So now you're basically in a cell, separated from Loomis. Loomis is out where the cubicles are. You're inside the room with the colored light.
Loomis.
Yeah.
I just got bars on mine. How about you? What's going on to your room?
Do I have bars? No, right?
No.
I'm fine.
Can you go look outside and see if you can help me get out?
I could. But there's only one person getting out. And it's me. And I start walking, looking for an exit.
And then I start rattling the bars and everything, and I start yelling. I was like, what do you mean? And I was like, you've got to help me. Come on. We got to get out of here. I know what happened to your daughter.
Yeah.
And when you say that, you can hear a PA, kick on, and a voice comes on and says, and now everybody will know what happened to his daughter. The intercom kicks off, and on the desk, every computer comes on. There's some screens on the walls too. Those come on, and it's like a CCTV street view, and it shows a vehicle drive up, and this is street view, not like up on a building, but you see a vehicle drive up, and you can make out Aaron driving, and Elsie is in the passenger side. You see your daughter with a group of friends come up, and you see Elsie give this package to Aaron, which she in turn gives to your daughter, and your daughter gives her money. Static goes on, and then another camera comes on, and it shows your daughter and her friends go down a side street into an alley, and they do whatever people do with drugs. They smoke it or shoot it up or whatever. But your daughter falls to the ground, foam, frothing at the mouth, convulsing. Her friends just stand there and watch her. You can tell they're scared, and they run off and leave her to basically die on the street. Again, static. And now you're seeing the inside of a hospital, and your daughter is being brought in on a gurney, and they brought her back to life. They've got her heart started again. She's not breathing on her own, but you see Aaron come in and looks down, and you can see the look on her face that she remembers this girl. And you can see that, she starts sweating and basically takes a syringe and draws out some sort of fluid and looks around and shoots it into the IV bag. Your daughter's heart stops and she dies. Before she even dies, Aaron puts the sheet up over her head and walks away.
Loomis, come on, man. I need you to help me get out.
There are 1,000 things that I want to do to you. 1,000 things I want to do to her. But I'm not going to give you that salvation. Rot. And I walk away.
Okay, as you walk away, a phone rings right when you pass it.
Pick it up.
And on the other end, you can hear a scratchy, not so good line. And it says, I'm not going to allow you to take care of this problem with your bare hands. The only thing you need to do is choose one of two possibilities. Either go and release LC, or turn and just walk out the door. And the phone goes dead. At the far end of the room, you see an elevator open. It's like one of those ones that looks like the wall. So it opens and you can see an elevator. And it's like I said, he's on this side of the room. The elevator is clear on the other side of the room.
I take one more look at LC and just go, suffer. Good luck in there. But you're dead to me. You're dead to everyone. But my daughter's memory will live on. Yours won't.
And
then
then
I walk to the elevator.
And then I look to him before he makes it there, and tell him, I tell him, you remember that your daughter was the one that wanted the drugs. She wanted to die. So think about that and why she would want to do that.
I'm already gone.
Okay, you get in the elevator, and when the doors, the closer you get to the elevator, your collar starts to beep. and so does LC's. But instead of yours getting faster, it's a long, solid tone. And right when you reach the elevator, your caller goes dead. All the lights go off, and you can feel almost like compression on the back of your neck. You can feel it, something pop open, and your collar falls from your neck. As you turn and the elevator doors close, before they close, the only thing you see is a small bright light and a muffled sound, and you can see a red mist come from the other side of the bars. And there's only one button in the elevator, and it goes. Okay. You push the button, and some music starts, elevator music. And a couple minutes later, the doors open, and you're on the roof. You're in the center of the roof, so you can't see around the edge or anything, but you know you're on top of this building.
And I break down in a heaping mess, crying, and just stare over the edge.
Okay, as you look over the edge, as far as you can see is forest. Except around this building, it's a fair-sized city. Every building looks exactly alike. They're identical. There's no cars. You don't hear any noises, even any animal noise. But like I said, as far as you can see is forest, and there's an ominous mist over the tops of the trees. You can see the moon behind some clouds, and you hear in the distance almost like one of the old-time horns, emergency horns, kind of like the Silent Hill.
Mm-hmm.
When it went from good Silent Hill, if there is such a thing, to bad Silent Hill. And as you look over towards that noise, you see a building almost shaped like the Capitol building. It has a large dome on it. This dome opens up, and out of the top of it comes a scale, and there's a skull at the top, and it's got the scale. And it's got skulls at the bottom. Mm-hmm. If y'all remember the Running Dead, the Church of Retribution,
yeah,
that's what you see. It comes slowly raising out of the top of this building. And when you hear that and see that, the doors open on this building, and dozens of people. You're way high up, so you can't really make anything out. You can tell there's people. They come out into the street, and they all look up towards the building you're on. When that happens, on the tops of other buildings, lights start coming on and doors start opening. And it's, like I said, exactly like the building you're on. One person walks out. On another building, another person walks out. On another building, another person walks out. So there's only one person coming out of these elevators. So it's at this time you realize that it's not just you that's been going through this. It's other groups of people. And on a sign, almost like it's being shined on the side of a building, it says, "Welcome to Sinyon." And then the lights go down and the curtain closes.
Bravo.
Yeah, all right, guys.
Awesome.
Sorry, Aisha, no ill will.
Yeah,
Okay.
nothing but love, folks.
Yeah.
Wow.
Eyeballs are sweating.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it for that. So again, we're the INVICTUS Community Stream, and I'm Chris Lawrence, and then we have to my that way is Aisha. Say hi, Aisha. Don't say hi, Aisha, but yeah. And then we've got Mike Fazio up to the top left, and we've got Bob, our GM. So we appreciate it. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, Bob.
All right.
You're welcome.
Well,
and this won't be the first foray into this. Like I said when we started, I wanted to get different people to play different games. And when I thought of this, when I made this up, because this isn't a new thing, we got with Harlan and them probably 2 years ago
Mm.
to actually make this a community game. The video you saw that. And if anybody didn't know, I'm Theo Acolyte. The video you saw was shot about 2 years ago. Me and Ish to this old abandoned building and shot that video, and it was going to be, like I said, set in the Revenant universe, but I was the rebirth killer. So it was like it is Acolyte, not necessarily a copycat, but it's more of a religion type of deal, and that's why I threw in the Church of Retribution.
Oh, cool.
Just kind of tying it all together. The only thing that we missed was Connor wasn't here. That would have been awesome.
All right. Well, is that all for the rest of the community or for the rest of the stream? Anybody that's watching? So, anything else?
I think so.
All right.
That was it.
Well,
but like I said, this won't be the first game set in this.
Sure.
And next time it'll be with different people, and I've got more games that I'm wanting to do coming up. So if anybody has any ideas for the next community stream, do they want to see a game? Do we want to just sit around and talk about stuff again? Do we want to alternate that kind of stuff? Totally up to the community, totally up to you guys. I'd like to get more of the women to be involved. I had to twist Isha's arm. Like I said, when I told her I wanted her to do this, she just left and got in the car and went somewhere.
We got Greg Bush sick for it so that she could play. So
yeah, we gave him the T virus or whatever. So I hope he gets better soon. So
yeah,
and thank you, Aisha. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun.
All right. Well, we appreciate it. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll catch y'all on the next one, and we'll be in touch. So see y'all later. See y'all around the table.
You're on the table.
See you on the table.